Hello and welcome to a brand new free English course. This time I will continue to look at the differences between British English and American English. In other words, I want to find out if you sound British or American. This course contains multiple parts. In the first part, I will be showing you certain words, for example, this one right here, and I will discuss the word with you and show you the different ways of pronouncing it in British English and American English. And then I want to find out if you sound more British or American. In the second part of this free English online course, I will give you a little repetition exercise. So I will show you the word in British English and I will say it and then you can repeat it after me. And then I will do the same for the American English pronunciation. Now, if you just want to learn British English or just want to learn American English, you can of course also do that. That's totally up to you. Before we get started, I quickly want to show you that this video is also available as a podcast on Spotify. So you can either watch this on YouTube and you can also listen to this on Spotify. So make sure to follow me on both of those platforms if you're new. Now let's get started with the first section of this free English course. Now, this word is spelled A-M-E-N-I-T-Y. How would you pronounce this word in English? In British English, some people would say amenity. Now, this is the part where I want to give you a quick disclaimer, okay? There's, of course, many regional British accents, so people within the United Kingdom will pronounce this word differently, and the same goes for the American accent, but I'm talking about a general British accent and a general American accent. Now, in a general British accent, many people would say amenity, meaning they would pronounce the A at the beginning like an R, amenity, not amenity, and they will pronounce the E in the middle like a E sound, not like a sound. So in British English, it would be pronounced amenity. In American English, it would be pronounced more like amenity with an sound in the middle. So the E is pronounced more like an amenity. And the T at the end is very soft. It's not amenity, it's amenity. Here is an example for you with the British English pronunciation.
And every other amenity you could possibly desire.
Here is an example for you with the American English pronunciation.
10 chairs with every amenity African-American male desires.
The next word is spelled E-V-O-L-U-T-I-O-N. How would you pronounce this word in English? In British English, some people would say evolution. Evolution. So the E at the beginning is pronounced like an E, evolution. And the entire last part of the word, the T-I-O-N, is pronounced shun. So not tion or something, but shun, evolution, with a sh sound, evolution. Evolution, sorry, not evolution, that would be American. So the American way would indeed be evolution. Again, I'm not saying that everyone in England says evolution and everyone in America says evolution. It could be, vice versa in certain cases, but generally speaking, the British way would be more like evolution and the American way would be more like evolution. Here's an example of the British pronunciation for you.
Primeval creatures define evolution.
And here's an example of the American English pronunciation for you.
Okay, look, I study evolution.
The next word just has 3 letters, and there are many words that begin with this 3-letter combination. The letters are E-C-O, and in British English, you would pronounce this eco. Again, not everyone would say eco, but many people do say eco. The whole point of this is that, once again, the E at the beginning is pronounced like an E, and not like an E or like an A. So in American English, it would indeed be more like echo. Here is an example for you of a word beginning with ECO in British English.
A motorsport event that's presumably ecological in some way.
Here's an example of a word beginning with ECO in American English for you.
Economy Plus.
The next word is spelled H-Y-G-I-E-N-I-C. And how would you pronounce that word in English? Now, in British English, it would be pronounced hygienic, with a long E sound in the middle, hygienic. And in American English, it would be more like hygienic. Once again, the E towards the end there is pronounced like an hygienic. Hygienic. Here's an example for you of the British English pronunciation.
Put out some of this rubbish, which I've securely double-tied with a hygienic safety ribbon.
Here's an example for you of the American English pronunciation.
That's hygienic.
The next word is spelled Leverage, and you may know where this is going now. In British English, it would be pronounced leverage. Now, not everyone says leverage, okay? In the UK, I want to make that perfectly clear. Some people do indeed say leverage instead of leverage. That's indeed the American way of saying it, though. So the British English way would, in my opinion, be to say leverage, to pronounce the E at the beginning more like an E again, not like an or air. The American way would be leverage. Here's an example for you of the British way of pronouncing this word.
Have to use more leverage.
Here's an example for you of the American way of pronouncing this word.
For ways to leverage my obedience.
The next word is spelled Predecessor. And in British English, once again, it would be pronounced predecessor. Predecessor, as opposed to the American way, which would be predecessor. So the E at the beginning is pronounced like an E in British English, predecessor. Again, not everyone does that. Some people say predecessor. But the American way would be more like, predecessor. And in British English, it would be predecessor. Here's an example for you of the British English pronunciation.
Mr. Robertson, your predecessor.
Here's an example for you of the American English pronunciation.
My predecessor.
The next word is spelled Vitamin. And in British English, it would be pronounced vitamin. Vitamin with an E sound for the I there at the beginning, vitamin. And a very strong T sound, vitamin. In American English, the I at the beginning would be pronounced like an I, so vitamin. And the T would be pronounced very soft, in my opinion, a very soft T. Vitamin, almost like a D, vitamin. So vitamin and vitamin. Here's an example for you of the British English pronunciation.
My vitamin bullshit.
Here's an example for you of the American English pronunciation.
It's got vitamin A, vitamin D.
The next word is spelled Privacy. And in British English, this word would be pronounced privacy. In American English, it would be privacy. Now, some people, I'm sure, in the UK would say privacy. And some people in America might even say privacy. Privacy. Here's an example for you of the British English pronunciation.
Like a little privacy.
And here's an example of the American English pronunciation.
Privacy. Get it?
The next word is spelled Depot, and this is where it gets interesting because in British English, this would be pronounced depot. Not by everyone, but some people in the UK will pronounce this depot, meaning the E at the beginning is pronounced like a eh sound, depot, and the T at the end is silent, so it's not depot. And in American English, the E at the beginning would be pronounced like a E, so it's depot, with a very long E sound, depot. So in British English, it's depot. In American English, it's depot. Here's an example of the British English pronunciation for you.
Hounslow Depot?
Here's an example of the American English pronunciation for you.
Every train and bus depot. Bus depot.
The next word is spelled Leisure. In British English, some people would pronounce this leisure. The E sound at the beginning is like a eh sound, leisure. And in American English, some people will pronounce this leisure. So the E at the beginning is pronounced like an E sound, leisure. Not everyone in America, okay, not everyone does this, but some people do pronounce this leisure. Leisure and leisure. Here's an example for you of the British English pronunciation.
A creature of leisure.
Here's an example for you of the American English pronunciation.
Power and leisure.
The next word is spelled Presentation. And in British English, it would be pronounced presentation with an sound for the E at the beginning, presentation. I'm sure some people in America would see it the same way and they would also say presentation, but some people in America also say presentation with an E sound at the beginning, presentation. Here's an example for you of the British pronunciation.
Call that a presentation.
And here's an example for you of the American pronunciation.
Alice, spectacular presentation, as usual.
The next word is spelled Zebra. And how would you pronounce this one? Now, this animal is pronounced zebra in British English. Not by everyone, but many people would say zebra. In American English, it would be more like zebra. So the E at the beginning would be pronounced, once again, like an E sound, a quite long E as well, zebra. Here's an example for you of the British English pronunciation.
We are called zebra.
Here's an example of the American English pronunciation.
Zebra in shorts. Zebra and giraffe.
Now this next word is actually more than one word. It could be many words. For example, somebody. So the word would be somebody, for example. Now in British English, what I want to emphasize here is the last part of this word, the body, the body part, which would be more like an O sound, body, somebody. In American English, it would be more like somebody. Now not everyone would pronounce it that way. Once again, okay, not everyone would say somebody, where the O actually sounds more like an R sound, somebody. But many people in America do this. Here's an example of the British pronunciation.
Hey Ron, somebody broke into Gringotts.
And here's an example of the American pronunciation.
Somebody.
The next word is spelled C-O-M-P-O-S-T. And how would you pronounce this word? Let me know in the comments. In British English, this would be pronounced compost. Compost. In American English, it would be more like compost. The O at the end is very round. Compost in American English. Here's an example of the British English pronunciation.
Compost. Compost.
And here's an example of the American English pronunciation for you.
Compost tea.
The next word is spelled P-R-O-D-U-C-E. And in British English, this would be produce. Again, the O is pronounced like an A. Produce. In American English, it would be more like produce. So the O is very round. Again, produce and produce. Here's an example of the American English pronunciation.
Growing produce for the restaurant.
The next word is spelled Y-O-G-U-R-T. And in British English, it would be pronounced yogurt. So once again, the O is more like an A sound, yogurt. And in American English, it would be more like yogurt. So the O is very round. Once again, yogurt. Yogurt and yogurt. Here's an example of the British English pronunciation for you.
One for yogurt.
Here's an example of the American English pronunciation for you.
And yogurt.
The next word is spelled C-O-D-I-F-Y. And in British English, this would be pronounced codify. And some people in British English might pronounce this codify. And some people in American English might pronounce this codify. Codify, codify. Here's an example of the American version for you.
That nobody bothers to codify.
The next word is spelled P-R-O-C-E-S-S. In British English, this would be pronounced process.
Of the unfreezing process.
And in American English, it would be more like process, with an R sound, process.
We're starting a process, Walt, an ongoing process.
All right, now it's time for the second part of this free online course about British English and American English. I will now read you each word that I just discussed in, English, and I will first show you the British English version and you can repeat after me. And then I will read the American English version and you can repeat after me. Let's get started. British English, amenity. American English, amenity. British English, evolution. American English, evolution. British English, eco. American English, echo. British English, hygienic. American English, hygienic. British English, leverage. American English, leverage. British English, predecessor. American English, predecessor. British English, vitamin. American English, vitamin. British English, privacy. American English, privacy. British English, depot. American English, depot. British English, leisure. American English, leisure. British English, presentation. American English, presentation. British English, zebra. American English, zebra. British English, somebody. American English, somebody. British English, compost. American English, compost. British English, produce. American English, produce. British English, yogurt. American English, yogurt. British English, codify. American English, codify. British English, process. American English, process. Alright, congratulations, you've done it. Now, what I would really like to know is, do you sound more British or more American? Let me know in the comments below. Once again, this is the second part in the series British English versus American English. If you haven't seen the first part, make sure to check it out. It's linked underneath this video and up here somewhere. You can also listen to this on Spotify, like I said, and make sure to follow me on both Spotify and YouTube if you're new here. Now, I will see you again very soon in the next English course, for example, this one here.